Suburbia didn't come for us with guns or threats. It came with welcome mats, vinyl siding, super soakers in the driveway, and automatic garage doors that closed like the jaws of a gentle beast. We were feral kids, latchkey youth. It made us fiercely independent, and we thought we were too weird to be tamed. But the trick was, no one had to tame us. They just had to wait. Give it time, add some pressure, throw in a kid or two, a few bills, a boss that's just a little too nice about overworking you, and boom, you're not rebelling anymore. You're scheduling dentist appointments. This is the story of how we went from burning down the rules to mowing the lawn every Saturday without anyone even asking us to. Before we go into this rabbit hole, please, like, subscribe. Don't be a poser. So our parents weren't monsters. They were just done. They came home from Vietnam, from factory floors, from church pews and divorce courts with nothing left in the tank. They bought into the suburbs like it was salvation. They paved the driveways and buried their chaos under landscaping. We grew up in that graveyard. TV dinners and detached fathers, moms in robes smoking Virginia Slims by the window, afternoons filled with the lonely glow of TVs and the sound of nothing. Absolute gorgeous, terrifying nothing. We were sort of a background generation. Nobody branded us. Nobody handed us a flag and told us to be proud. We liked it that way. Until the silence started to feel like abandonment. So we built our personalities out of noise, punk bands, zines, basement shows. We didn't want the American dream. We wanted to wake up. But suburbia doesn't fight you. It just kind of wears you down. Like a river against a stone. They dangled adulthood in front of us like a carrot dipped in Ambien. You want stability, don't you? You want love, right? You want to stop struggling? Okay, but first you're going to have to shave your face, button that shirt, show up on time, and let go of that dream. No more bands, no more zines, no more nights spent screaming poetry into cheap microphones. That stuff's cute when you're 22, but it doesn't pay for braces. It doesn't cover car insurance. So we traded the fire for a fireplace. And it felt good at first. Couches from IKEA, Bluetooth speakers, espresso machines you don't even know how to use, but they look good on a granite counter. A partner who gets your references and doesn't ask about the poems you used to write. You think, maybe I can make peace with this. But peace without passion is just sedation. Suburbia isn't a place. It's a vibe. It's like a state of spiritual anesthesia. Everything's smooth, rounded edges, neutrals, no sharp corners, no loud opinions. Just the slow drip of routine until you forget how to scream. You used to howl at the moon. Now you check your thermostat through an app on your phone. You used to write rants in Sharpie on bathroom stalls. Now you politely disagree in the comments section. You used to stay out until sunrise talking about God, death, and what music means. Now you have strong feelings about the quality of mulch. And the worst part is, everyone around you is doing the same thing, so you think it's normal. That maybe this is just growing up. But normal's a code word for numb. We didn't collapse in a blaze of glory. We didn't go out in a hail of gunfire or tragic overdoses. We disappeared in khakis. We folded like lawn chairs. Signed on dotted lines. Agreed to terms and conditions we never read because somewhere deep down, we thought if we just followed the script long enough, it might all start making sense. Instead, we woke up at 46, Googling things like how to feel alive again. We bought stuff instead of becoming things. Filled our homes with shelves of books we never read. Decorative signs that say things like live, laugh, love, while the only thing we did was scroll. We called it a life, but it was kind of just death on a payment plan. Nobody talks about the grief of disappearing. The ache of trading poetry for payroll, guitars for spreadsheets, raw nerve for polite smiles. But it's there. It's The tightness in your chest at 3 a.m. The quiet rage when your kid tells you you're boring. The silent sob when a song you used to love plays on shuffle, and you remember who you were with when you first heard it. It's not a midlife crisis. It's like a midlife realization that the sellout wasn't taking the job. It was convincing yourself it didn't matter, that the art didn't matter, that the voice in your gut was just indigestion, that rebellion was for kids and you're too tired to care now. But caring is the only thing that ever kept us from drowning. They told us we had to do this, that being a grown-up meant sacrifice, that rebellion was immature, that we owed it to our kids, our partners, our retirement plans. And we believed them. Because the word responsible sounds noble, sounds solid, like a man with a firm handshake and a calendar. But when responsibility becomes a cage, you start building walls around your own soul and calling it adulthood. Let's be real. Most of us weren't too cool to keep creating. We were just too tired, too broke, too surrounded by people who forgot what fire feels like. They didn't beat it out of us. We just kind of handed it over. But inside, something still flickers. You can feel it when the house gets quiet, when the kids are asleep, when the phone's dead and the hum of the fridge is the only thing keeping time. You remember late night diners and long drives to nowhere. You remember staying up all night, writing something that would never get published but felt holy anyway. You remember being alive. And you start to wonder, what if I could get some of that back? Not all of it. Not skinny jeans or stolen traffic cones or drunk punk shows where you made out with a stranger under the bleachers. But the spirit of it, the weirdness, the urgency, the honest-to-God fire in your belly that said, I don't care what it costs, I'm not living like them. Because guess what? You did end up like them. But that doesn't mean you have to stay that way. You don't need to blow it all up. You don't need to leave your family or move to the desert or join a drum circle in Costa Rica. I mean, I guess, unless you want to, then do it. But maybe start small. Write a poem, like a terrible one. Play a song you haven't played in 20 years. Tell your kid about the time you dropped acid at a Dead Kennedy show and saw God in a light bulb. Be weird again. Unsubscribe from the cult, not with fire, but with truth. Because you're not dead, you're just dormant. And there's still time to come back to life. So here's to the quiet weirdos and cul-de-sacs. Half-dead poets in polos. The suburban warriors who still whisper Bukowski into their coffee mugs before driving to the office. We see you. It's not too late. Thanks again. This has been Slack Signal X.